Hey guys, welcome back to the garage, and today I wanted to share with you my honest ownership review of my 1988 Suzuki Samurai, and also why I think it's the most underrated off-road vehicle you can buy. Alright, now let's start off with a quick overview of the Suzuki Samurai. So, stock they're going to come with a 1.3 liter motor that could be carburetor in the early years and fuel injected in the later years. My model is a carbureted motor, and it's from the factory, pushing over a little over 60 horsepower. Definitely down from that now. Um, and they all have 5-speed manual transmissions. They're all four-wheel drive. They all have solid axles front and rear. They're all on spring under leaf spring suspension. Now, as far as the interiors go, they're gonna vary based on years, but they're all sort of similar, pretty basic interiors. Not much here features-wise, but it's just enough that it gets the job done. And as far as seating space, this is a smaller vehicle, so don't expect a lot, but I'm around 5'9", and I don't have any issues with the room. If you were bigger than that, maybe a little more difficult, and maybe have to get some different seats. Now, as far as in the back, some of the earlier models did come with rear seats, and as you can see, having rear seats back here would be really tight, and it would be. This one does not have them, and as you can see, I've added some extra storage back here, and it's plenty enough to fit this toolbox and some extra recovery gear in here. All right, now I'd like to take a moment to discuss, some of the pros and cons of the Suzuki Samurai. So first, I like to start with the pros. So number one for me, well, maybe not number one, but up there, is going to be the simplicity of it. It's just everything on this is just so simple. It's very there's no um, fancy electronics or anything to worry about. It's got um, solid axles front and rear. It's on leaf spring suspension. It's on a solid frame. All right, next for me is going to kind of also tie into the simplicity. It's just going to be how easy and cheap it is to modify and to fix. Like I was saying, there's no special things about this, so everything is easy to get to. There's nothing in your way. The engine bay is not crowded. Um, all the suspension is really easy to deal with. All the steering and everything like that is really easy to deal with, and I'll even show you an example of what the engine bay is like. Coming into the engine bay, just to show you guys what I'm talking about with simplicity. What's great with these motors is how easy they make it for you to work on it. I mean, just recently, I did a timing belt on this, and I've done timing belts on other vehicles, and this is by far the easiest one to do. I mean, I'll just show you here. Um, so, timing cover. We got all these bolts around here. I'm not sure. There's probably 6, maybe 8 of them. They're all 10 millimeters. Take your radiator out. All these bolts here, they're all 10 millimeters. Yeah, all the bolts that are on the water pump, they're all 10 millimeters. So really, I just did this timing belt job, and every single bolt was a 10 millimeter, besides the tensioner bolt, which was a 12, and then the 2 bolts that are on the alternator, which are also a 12. So me doing this timing belt, I could do it in 30 minutes. Whereas my other vehicle, which is my 2000 Tundra, doing a timing belt water pump on that, could take you several hours, and it's much more complicated. All right, moving on to the next thing is going to be, just how cheap these are to buy. If you look at your solid axle Toyotas, your Toyota pickups, your 4Runners, your Land Cruisers, stuff like that. I mean, even not solid axle four-wheel drive Toyotas, or even Wranglers, or I mean, even Cherokees and XJs and stuff like that. They're starting to also get up there in price. These are just so much more affordable. Now, I could see where they're starting to maybe build up more of a following, and maybe the prices are starting to rise. But at least right now, and when I bought mine several years ago, they were much more affordable than an equivalent Toyota. All right, next is going to be one that's just a quick one, but it's awesome. You can remove the top on them. So who doesn't want to have a convertible four-wheel drive? And also the aftermarket for these Samurais it's great. There's lots of different options you can do with all different sorts of modifications, to axle swaps, to lower gears, to motor swaps. Lots of different things you can do with these. People build them up to be more mild build off-roaders, and then you can take them all the way up to being extreme rock crawlers. So these are really versatile. And that kind of ties into my last point here with just how underrated these Samurais are and just how off-road capable they are. I don't think a lot of people understand that, especially because they're so small. There's no power. These things, I mean, you just point them somewhere and they just go. And I think that ties into, it being so light. Curb weight from the factory is only 2,100 pounds. Obviously adding bumpers and bigger tires and wheels and suspension and stuff like that, it's going to make it heavier, but still these rigs are a lot lighter than your Wranglers or your 4Runners or different vehicles out there. And if you have a Samurai and you off-road it, you'll quickly find out how capable they are with if you wheel with other people. So I think a lot of people are surprised. So if you wheel with guys in Jeeps that are built on 37s, 40s even, or Toyotas or wherever that may be, these things with just 33s on them, or even smaller than that, they'll do super good. Even outwheel a lot of those rigs on a lot of different obstacles. So yeah, these things are they're so underrated. I can't tell you how many people that I've run into where they just they don't expect it to do as good because it's so small and doesn't look like it can do anything, especially compared to their whatever JLU or whatever with an LS swap and 1 tons and 40s, going down a trail where this thing's going down there with 60 horsepower and 33-inch tires. All right, moving into the cons. Honestly, some of the cons may even be some of the pros. It depends on who you are, but like I was saying, for the pros, this thing is very simple. So some people may not like that with it's extremely bare bones. I don't have air conditioning. There was no power steering. So if you want more of a comfortable off-road rig, this may not be your answer. And also, if you plan to daily drive this, keep in mind there's no airbags, and also the body's very thin, so I wouldn't want to get in a car accident with it. So just something to keep in mind. And kind of going along with the daily driving aspect of it, it's doable. I did it in this, and I know lots of other people do it. But with this 1.3 liter motor, it's very underpowered. The Samurai isn't exactly a comfortable vehicle. With the stock suspension, it's pretty rough. It's pretty loud in there because there's not exactly a lot of noise canceling stuff all over the place. So yeah, it's just it's very bare bones. So yeah, if you want more luxury, this is definitely not it. All right, and in conclusion, the Suzuki Samurai is an underrated off-road beast that's cheap and it's easy to work on and modify. It's not ideal for daily driving or for road trips or anything like that, but you could still do it if you needed to. Alright, thanks for watching. If you go ahead and like, subscribe, comment, let me know what you think of the video. Let me know different videos you want to see. Um, Tell me about your samurai, or whatever you want to. I've really enjoyed all the feedback that I've gotten, and I like seeing you guys comment and like the videos, subscribe and all that. So more videos to come. Of course, I am working on the Toyota axle swap for the Samurai. So that video and series of videos is going to be coming up here soon, as well as some more Tundra videos. I do have an update on the Tundra. We've had some unfortunate things happen there, but that video will be coming out here shortly. So yeah, thanks for watching.